Hello everyone and welcome to this video tutorial of Prestashop Product Custom Field module. In this video, I'll explain you the process to add custom fields to your edit product page on the backend. By adding the custom fields, you can add any extra information that you may want to give to your customers on the product page. Now let's just go to the Prestashop back office to know more about the workflow of the module. As you can see that I have already installed this module in my Prestashop. This module particularly contains no as such configuration settings. However, on the installation of this module in the Prestashop, a new tab that is Manage Custom Field is added under the Catalog section. Under the custom fields, you can see the list of all the custom fields that you have added. To ease the process, I have already created various custom fields, that is a custom field of each type, to ease out the process of understanding via this video. However, I would just give you a quick overview to add an extra field. To add a custom field, you can click here. After clicking here, you can choose the type of a field and accordingly enter all the details that are being prompted by you to add a custom field. So now let's just go back to the list of custom field section so that we can cover each of these fields one by one, and the created fields would give you a clear idea of the information that you would be required to add in these fields to create a custom field. So let's just go back and let's deal with each type of field one by one. The first one is text. The text field allows you to add a custom text field on your edit product page, from where you can choose to add an information in the form of a text. So let's just see each of the options available to create a text custom field. First of all, you would need to choose type as text. As I have already created this, so I am not getting any option to change it. Then next is character limit. How much characters would you be willing to add to that particular text field? You can set that from here. The maximum limit is 250, so it should be either greater than 0 or less than or equal to 250. Then next is validation type. How would you want to validate this particular field? You can select that from here. You can choose to validate this field via text, email or number. In case if you select it to email or number, you must specify any email or the number in that text field added onto the edit product page on your backend. For that, now let's just stick to the text option. Whether you want to keep this field as multi-language or not, or in case if you set it to multi-language, then you can choose to add information in all the languages that you have added on your Prestashop store. Whether you want to keep this field required or not, you can select that from here. In case if you keep this field required, then you must specify the information in the form of the validation time that you have added here, so that the custom field would be imparting the information that it want to via the text field. In case if you keep this as disabled, then you can choose to skip the field on the product page or say edit product page, and even after entering no value in that field, your information, other information that you may have added via other fields that we are going to discuss in few minutes would be saved. Then next is label name. What label name are you wanting to give to this particular text field. Select that from here. The next is attribute name of this particular text field, and the next is default value. This default value option particularly helps you to add a value in case if you keep this field as required. And let's just say for some product this particular text field contains no significance. Say this fabric text field is created now, and you have also created this field as required, and say a product comes of electronic goods, then there this fabric field has no importance. So in that case you can always choose to show a default value. In that case, let's say the electronic goods case, you can choose to show a default value of NA or anything that it does not have any relevance to this particular product, that is electronic product, because fabric has what relevance to the electronic product? None. So you can choose to show that default value here. In case if you want to choose this default value as a placeholder text, you can mark this checkbox. Then next is status, whether you want to keep this field enabled or not. Select that from here. For now we would keep all the fields disabled because it would help us in last of the video. Next is text area. Again, pretty much same options similar to the text field. Type text area, character limit. In this particular case it's a text area, so you can choose to add more information than text box. So limit is now 1000, and you can choose to enter any value greater than 0 and less than 1000. Other options are same, multi-language or not, field required or not, label name, attribute name. Default value, again the significance is same as I explained earlier. And the status, you want to keep it enabled or disabled, you can choose that from the status option. Now this option is of drop down. After same option, field required, if you want to keep this as required, you can select. Now next is this particular option is pretty useful for this particular custom field. Drop down display value. As you all know, if you are going to add a drop down custom field, then drop down contains multiple options. On clicking the drop down value, multiple options are extended or appended, so that you can select one of the values from there. So you can choose to add all the values that you want to add. You can also choose to add another value from here. You can delete the existing value, and you can also choose to add the values in the multi-language. The multi-language feature only works for all the languages that are installed in your Prestashop. As of now, you may notice that I have all these languages installed, so I can create or add values in these languages only. I cannot add a value in any other language apart from this list. Then next is multiple selection. As you all know, the drop down option is there. So whether you want to add a field or a functionality, say functionality of multiple selection in the drop down or not, you can select that from here. If we take a case of size, and the display value is also related to the size, let's say if a product has all these sizes available, so in that case you cannot choose to disable this option, because in case if I disable, then only one of the sizes can be selected from the drop down field, and multiple selection needs to be enabled, so that if all the sizes are available, so I can select all the sizes and the information would accordingly be shown to the customer. The next three options are same: label name, attribute name, and status. Now let's just go to the next option, that is checkbox. Pretty much same as similar to the drop down. Checkbox, field required or not. What would be the checkbox values? As you all know, there are multiple checkboxes available. So whether you are, let's say, as I have created the values in colors and I am offering a t-shirt in multiple colors. So we need to add all the colors that I am dealing with on my store. So here, for the example purpose only, I have added these three colors, and now I can select any one of the color according to the color of a product by checking the box available on the edit product page. We will just come to that edit product page and things will get much clearer to you when we go to that product page. That is this edit product page section, from where you edit the details of all the products. For now, let's just understand the significance of each option so that it becomes clear to you the process of adding or creating the custom fields. Then next three options are same again: label name, attribute name, status. Now let's just deal with the another important type of custom field, that is file type. First two options again same, choose the type, file required or not. Now next is file type. Which kinds of file would you be wanting to add? In case if you want to add images, you can select the first option. If you also want to add documents to the product, so you can always select this option too. This particular custom field would help you in case of, let's just take an example of an electronic good. Electronic goods are something that needs a user manual or an instruction manual so that a customer faces no difficulty while using it. In that case, if you add this custom field and add it onto your product, then you would be able to add a document to that particular product and it would be shown to your customer on the product page at the front end, and they would easily download that file that you have uploaded at the back end and can get the information easily. Now next three option again same, label name, attribute name, and whether you want to keep that enabled or not. Now next is radio button. Same options, choose type, field required or not. Now radio values. How many values to a radio button would you be willing to give? You can add all that values here. Option is pretty much same and similar to the drop down or checkboxes custom field. You can click here to add a new radio button option. You can always choose to add those options in multiple language, same functionality as before, delete or add as per your own convenience. Next three again same, label name, attribute name, and status. Now the last is TinyMCE and pretty important one. Type, field required same, pretty much same, all the options available to add a custom field pretty much same, and I have explained all that clearly. Now as you know that we have created all the custom fields, but we will keep it disabled just for the sake of explanation in the video or later in the video. Now let's just go to the product section to see how custom fields have been added to the edit product page. This is the edit product page of a product. From here you manage all the details of a product, that is description, price, tax, category, etc. After the addition of the custom fields, this new particular option, this is added here. As you know, I have disabled all the fields, so none of the fields are showing here. So let's just enable all the fields. Now I have successfully added and enabled the custom fields, and you might notice that all the custom fields after enabling are available here now. So let's just understand each of them one by one. This is the text field, label name, multi-language, we have allowed it. This is the text area, multi-language again. You might also notice that we have kept this field as required, so the asterisk mark is being shown here. Available sizes, drop down. Here again you can select all the options that you may want because multiple selections was allowed. Next is checkbox. Check all the boxes that are relevant to this particular product. Now file. We have enabled to upload all kinds of file, that is image file, document file. You can select this or click on this button to add a file. You can also choose to delete the already added file. Then next is radio buttons, machine was, relevant details to this product, it is yes, and last is MCE, TinyMCE text editor. Using this I have created this simple customized offer information here. Using this you can also customize it beautifully, but for the sake of explanation I have just created this. Now let's just save the details and we will go to the product page section in just a while. As you know that I have enabled all the fields, so this all details, that is the custom field details that we have added here onto the product, fabric care, available sizes, color, another file options, machine wash, and the holiday offer information, etc. would now be shown on the product page at the front end to the customer. Now as you can see, the details are now updated, so you can notice that a new section would be added after I refresh this page. As you can see that additional information section is now added after refreshing the page. All the details added by me here onto the edit product page under the custom fields are now being shown to the customers. Now using these details, your customers would be pretty much sure about, or they would be clear or have a better understanding about the product, and they can decide on their purchase very clearly. So this was all about the Prestashop Product Custom Field module. I hope this video helps you to use the module in the best possible way. Thank you.